Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Deepika, you please proceed.
Okay, ma'am.
Purna, வெளிய போ.
Good afternoon to all. Let's start the session with a welcome address. Now I call upon Ms. Deepika of 3rd BSc Mathematics to address the gathering. Good afternoon to all who are gathered here. On behalf of the IIC, I extend a very warm welcome to our Honorable Resource Person, Dr. Kalaiselvi, Assistant Professor in the Department of Computer Application in Wales Institute of Science, Technology and Advanced Studies. We welcome you, ma'am. My hearty welcome to our Honorable Secretary, Sir, Mr. A. N. Henry Merris. We welcome you, sir. I'm delighted to offer a happy welcome to our Honorable Principal, Dr. Mary Angeline. We welcome you, ma'am. And I extend my grand welcome to our beloved Vice Principal, ma'am, Mrs. Manoranjitam. We welcome you, ma'am. And I welcome the coordinators, faculty members, and the students of NCAS who are gathered here. And I once again welcome you all. Now, I invite Ms.K.ALAMELU, Assistant Professor, IIC Coordinator, to introduce the resource person.
Thank you, Deepika. Good afternoon, everyone. Today's resource person is Dr. Kalaiselvi ma'am. The resource person of today's session is Dr. Kalaiselvi ma'am, working as Associate Professor in the Department of Computer Applications in Vels Institute of Science, Technology and Advanced Studies. She has gained more than 18 years of teaching experience in college till date. Her professional highlights include resource person, committee coordinators, members, reviewer, chief guest, paper publications and book publications. The profile goes on, so just we have given a short note from their profile. So we are very proud to have such a wonderful resource person for this session. Students, please listen to the session and gain more knowledge. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, without wasting time, I hand over the session to our resource person, Dr. Kalaiselvi.
Before I start, I first of all thank your management, Nazareth College, principal management, and Dr. Sendil Kumar sir and Alamelu ma'am, and the student coordinator for giving me an opportunity to present this webinar on national innovation and startup. I believe that I will give you necessary information to you, which you need to know. I'll welcome all the students, faculty members. I'll start my presentation. Ma'am, on clarification, is there any recording is there?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
No, you will normally record the meeting?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We will be recording, ma'am.
No, I think you forgot to record, ma'am.
We will be recording, ma'am. That YouTube live stream will be recorded, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Okay, I'll start with my presentation. Hope please listen carefully so that it will be useful for you. So the topic given to me is National Innovation and Startup Policy. This is actually formed by our government of India. It is all members in the AICT and topmost members, and we have been discussing how to improvise our education policy. That's the idea of this. It was launched in the year 2019. I think you're all aware what is it MHRD is. What is it MHRD is? Ministry of Human Resource and Development. So by this, we have actually launched this NISP policy in the year 2019, okay, before the COVID. It has been launched, and we have so many new ideas have been proposed in these policies, and it was launched by our Honorable Minister of Education, Shri Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank, in the dated like 11th September 2019 in AICT, New Delhi. Now, why it is? Because when we talk about this NISP policy, we need to know two important things, like one is Incubation Center and another is your hackathon. These two words, I think quite often you'll be hearing, circulating information. So many competitions you would have been noticed, right? But what is the purpose behind it? Why the colleges or the institute or the university is keen on this? We should know that. So before that, we should know what the norms are there available in our government of India. We see that. See, this guidelines is like pre-incubation facilities may or may not be separately registered entity, but we should have preferably registered under the Section 8 of Company Act. Because when your institute is starting an incubation center, it need to be registered. That's very important. And about the legal structure is what? Yeah, incubator must be a registered entity as a society. The Registration Act like 1860, then Section 8 Company under the Companies Act, and then 2013 this Company Act is there, and also private limited company in the, so these are all the act available. So we need to follow the regulation given by them and we need to register them in our institute. Now, what is Incubation Center? Now, this word, that's what I'm saying. Keep on hearing the same word. What is the idea of this Incubation Center? It's very merely to understand. Simple meaning is that you're getting an experience, a real-time experience as you join in the job. It means what real-time experience means. A place where you learn whatever you learned as a theory part or the programming languages, you try to develop a coding here and try to execute a smaller projects which is useful for your institute or to the other end users, right? That's the idea of this incubation center is. So it is nothing but a workspace created to offer a startups and also new ventures access to the resource they need all under one roof. For example, in your class, some few may be quite outstanding, you know. There are people, all are outstanding, but still some 5 or few will be outstanding student. If they get a chance in their own institute, so they will develop some new products, right? Develop a new products means even an app. For example, now we are using Arogya setup, right? What is the idea of that Arogya setup? So if you use that app, you will know about the condition or the location, how many people are affected, because this all been launched for the sake of COVID, right? Last year we were been so muchly we are using it because there we learned which location have, is it a provisional that is a restricted area, or it is allowed area without COVID free or what else, right? So like that, the student, as you're all a student, you should know you have so many thirst in you, right? Only the place or the platform is essential for you to develop the coding and launch them and to experience them. For that, this incubation center plays a vital role. So that's what it is created as a temporary launching pads for new business with the expectation that participants will eventually graduate and move. So before you step out of your institute, you're trying to learn the things inside your campus itself. So innovation and incubation centers at higher education institutes aimed at promoting economical development of the region by supporting a startup companies. What is it startup companies are? Small companies, small sized companies means some 10 to 20 employees are employed, and they try to develop the things, and beside that they will end up with the product and which is most useful to the society, right? So that's the aim of the startup companies, because we cannot keep on going out and searching for the job. We cannot be a job seekers. We should be a job providers. I think in all the meetings you would have heard this word. What it means, job providers. You develop your own company so that some people are getting employment out of it, right? So that's the idea of it. So increment of companies in the local market leads to a job creation and economic growth of the country. It's very, very important. Your growth of the country also will grow like anything. Not only your institute, as well as the country also will develop will go as much as possible, right? So in such scenario, we would witness a longer queue of job providers than a job seekers. If everybody started launching a startup companies, automatically there we won't find any job seekers. Only job providers will be more to give a job to them. And I think you're all aware of this Government of India slogan, Make in India. Try to develop your own product out of which our country will develop and economical growth will be increased, right? For that sake, go ahead with the Make India slogan. Now, so in all colleges nowadays, we are trying to start up with the incubation center. You all aware that NAC, right? National Accreditation Council, right? What it does for us, it's just streamline whether we are under all the regulation which they have prescribed, being followed by all the institute or college or university. They are coming and checking us whether we all have the facilities. So it is compulsory that we should have a incubation centers. Like that's what I said. Maybe even in the companies, small companies you can have, in colleges, universities, everywhere, we need to have this incubation centers. So during this early months or years of growth, everywhere we need to have this startup centers. So collaborating program design helps the new startups to succeed. When I say incubation center to startup, to whom we need to start up? Because as an institute, they only be concentrating on academic related things. They develop the place where the real-time projects can be experienced. Those things will be there. But still, as an institute, they should have what? They should have a tie-up with all the consents. So if it is a computer-related one, automatically it should have a tie-up with the computer-based related software consents, right? Even it is a middle level or in a higher level or in a low level. But it should have the tie-up with them so that the students will gain a what? They will get an opportunity easily to learn things. And you would have heard this word internship. What is the idea of internship? They will give a chance or opportunity to develop your own codes. And also they will train you how to develop the codes. Why I say in terms of computer programming, since I am a computer science student, I am just talking about the computer science related things. So to develop the projects, to develop the app development, application development, we will be concentrating and we'll get in a space for us to develop it, right? So internship also plays a vital role. Now, what about this Atal Incubation Center? Our AICT, you all know, All India Council, what it does for us, it aims to have an incubation center in all the universities. So they have their own channels how to do it. So to promote the creation of supporting ecosystem for startups and entrepreneurship, this AIM has been establishing a world-class incubators, that is centers, right? So we'll see where and all we can use it, right? What about the purpose? Why I have main thing to facilitate the creation of ideas, because each student have their own ideas, right? They have so many ideas, but the platform is not there for them to make it as a product. So we need that space. If the space is there, automatically students will come up with their ideas, right? Now you can see here the symbol. Now you can see the symbols like Atal Innovation Mission. See the symbols, how it has been designed. This is also might be coined by some students, right? See how differently they have coined this icon. So at Atal Innovation Mission. So what about the centers now? So AIM is a flagship initiative to promote the culture of innovation and entrepreneurship in India. I think you're all aware what is it entrepreneurship is. It is nothing but your own company. Yes, you're owning your company and you develop your company and you give you make your economic of your country to grow well, right? Through the entrepreneurship, you develop your own concept, right? So it is an umbrella structure that has been mandated to promote innovation and also revolutionize the entrepreneurial ecosystem in the country. We'll see where and all is available in Tamil Nadu for Atal Incubation Centers. Actually, I have browsed in the website and I've got from this. So it is there in Coimbatore. The name is for Codizia Defense Innovation and Atal Incubation Center. It is available in Coimbatore. Not only there, you can see AIC NIFTT Incubation Center for Textiles and Apparels, and also Raise Atal Incubation Centers. So it is there in so many different places. I have just selected 3 and I have just displayed here. So these are the available Atal Incubation Center in Tamil Nadu. You can approach, your institute can approach if it doesn't have, even if they can have further the collaboration with them. Now, how do incubators make money? This is very important, no? We need to generate the money, because when we do something, when we talk about business, automatically the profit should come into the place. I think you all know 2 terminology only is there in our business. One is profit, another is loss, which is a backbone of the business, right? So an incubator is a non-profit that receives a grants and will traditionally make money by charging their resident companies rent. What it means, how to generate money. See, the students get a platform to work there, and they will get their knowledge equipped, or they will exchange a knowledge and they will make it as a product. But the students cannot be live with any fees. But only one thing where I can run the show is I am doing the tie-up with many concern, right? So with that concern, I can just allow them. What I will tell, within this period of time, you can utilize our student, they can develop their projects, or they can do some ideas, exchange of ideas. For that, you will be here in our institute. You give an opportunity for them. So at that period of stipulated time, we can give some medium level of rent for them. On the rent basis, we can collect from the company and we can run the show. You all know that without money, nothing can be done. So that's what the idea of that first point. And they do offer a lower interest loans, but given an average success rate for the startups. And we are not merely running this incubators for profitable thing, but to make comfortable to run, we need some money. So for that, we get a medium money from the companies. Now, if you want to start your incubation center in your, for example, in general, if you want to start, these are the steps we need to follow. First of all, I should assess what the market condition is and what the entrepreneur's requirements are, what they expected, the outside world, what it expects, right? Then identify the team and service providers. This is very, very important. I should select the students such a way that they are well equipped, right people I should select. If the project is going to develop on basis of some IoT or artificial intelligence, I should select such a way that the students is also knowing the basic knowledge of that, right? So that is how I should identify the team and also give the service providers to it. And also you need to arrange for resources. This is very important. See, I say IoT, artificial intelligence, then the resource is very important, right? The hardware which the student is required, is there any sensor is required? Like that, I should see to that what are the requirements are needed, that I should arrange for them so that that incubation center can work well. Not only that, again, the important thing is what I should get the industry link for it. Because when I do develop some product, it should reach the industry, right? Then only it will reach the customer. They will manufacture it. The idea is mine, the coding is mine, but the final product has to reach the market. So automatically I need some industry help. So for that, I should have a tie-ups like memorandum of understanding, MOU is needed. Then also about the how I am going to develop the code, how many days or how many months I need to cover or complete this task. Afterwards, how to code them, how to test them, and then how to check whether it is free of defects. All those things I have to draw out as a fifth step. In what way I'm going to plan and what way I'm going to deliver on which particular date and time. And finally, I should attract with my idea. I should select, retain, and manage my startups. Now, the next keyword is hackathon. This is what everywhere we are listening, hearing every time. Hackathon is nothing but it's a combination of hack plus marathon. You know, you'll be keep on marching towards it with different kinds of tasks, but at last you will reach your goal, right? So that's the idea here. Here, in terms of computers or computer science people, if suppose they are conducting this hackathon, means normally it will be basic of putting the programmers together for a short period of time to collaborate on a project. That's the idea of this hackathon is. It means what? If your institute want to conduct a hackathon, what they will do? They will ask the technical consent, that is a software company, expertise people to join as a judge, right? Because they need to verify whether the student's idea is correct or wrong. Even though the academician support plus the technical people support is also important, whether they are reaching the end or not. So that is what the hackathon is. And participants work rapidly and often work without a sleep to achieve their task. As an event, generally only lasts for 24 hours or takes place over a weekend. This is about the hackathon contest or the competition. What they're trying to say is generally it will be for one day, or sometimes if they have a more number of participants and they like to scrutinize in a different kinds of way, then automatically it will end up with the weekend. So that's what I said. Hackathon is nothing but hack day or hack fest, and datathon or code fest. And also the meaning is what? Hacking marathon. It is nothing but a design sprint-like event, or like a computer programmers involved in software development, maybe a graphic designers or interface designers, project managers and domain experts and other collaborates intensively on software projects. Now, so we saw what the hackathon, how the competitions are taken place, why we need to have. This is very important question, right? Simply for the sake all the institute are conducting, your institute cannot do it, right? Or the institute cannot do it. They should know what the main objective is. See, mainly you making the programmers to work together. That's a very, very important point. Once again, I'm repeating here. So group of programmers, if they work together, their knowledge, their idea will be exchanged in the collaborative study. I think you're all aware of the collaborative learning. Nowadays, everywhere we are using this collaborative learning, right? They will exchange ideas. So it will be easy for the programmers, even if whatever ideas is there, new idea may be accumulate there. So that's the idea of the hackathon. And generally, most hackathons are a competition where several teams are competing to create a prototypes. I think prototype means what? A smaller unit of your coding. It may be a bigger size of projects, might be with 1 lakh of code, but we cannot run the show by that, because I want to present my competition. I should show my idea. So what I will do, I will give a prototype. It means a smaller project, a smaller unit of my project. I will show as a demo. Like for example, in a building construction, 100 and 200 units I am going to build, but they will say, we have a sample flat for you in this location. You can come and view us. Have you noticed that? So that is all nothing but what? Prototype. A smaller unit of your project will be shown as a sample so that my idea will reach the judge or the technical people, right? So again, what the goal is to create functioning software or hardware. By the end of the event, they will do all these things. The hardware also, they will be functioning, as well as the hardware also will be functioning. Their idea will be get as a product. That's the idea of this hackathon, right? So that's what again it is mentioned with you include your programming language, your OS and API, application programming interface, and also about the demographic group of programmers. So there is no restriction on the type of software being created. Now, regarding the skills, what the skills are needed for this hackathon? See, I'm much interested. Okay, but still, what is needed? What kind of topic they are giving, that topic I should be familiar. If the topic is related with the general topic like healthcare, everybody can be included, because nowadays we are all very cautious and we are learning more and more how to be healthy, right? Those days we are not concentrating, but in a COVID situation, we are realizing what the health are, what kind of food we should eat, what medicinal food available, right? We are all gathering, right? I believe that we can, if it is based on health-based system, automatically more or less 50 to 60% people can participate in that hackathon, right? So now the general topic is something like about the codings, develop this AI. AI means artificial intelligence, having the sense of its own, like a machine dependent language. We used to say machine will understand and do the automation that may comes under this artificial intelligence. So that's what my domain expertise is. First skill is what? Domain expertise. Next is what? Needless to say, one of the main objective of participating is to create what? Optimal solution for a particular problems. Just like that, I have an interest, I cannot join, but I should know how to how to give a solution for the problem. Then about the designing, very, very important is that your product cannot be too higher, too costly. So all aspects to be taken care while designing my product or the prototype. Then what the front end development I'm going to use, what about the back end development, about the project management. I think if you are a computer science student, you would have been aware what about this front end development is. For example, VB is my front end, the back end is Oracle. These are all the common words we often use. Project management means about your 6 steps. You develop the project, that is requirement gathering, you do data analysis, right? Then we try to design them, we try to code them, we need to test them and also maintenance them. That's all comes under the project management. Now we'll see what are the different types of hackathons are available. See, like internal hackathons means within your institute, if they conduct a competition on a particular topic, it is going to be internal hackathons. External hackathon means all the colleges in and around India or in and around Chennai. This refers as external hackathons. Online hackathons, I think you're all aware now. because all classes are going in online. So it means that it is internet connected competitions, right? Offline hackathons means our usual traditional way of conducting a competition. You would have noticed some technical symposium being organized in your department. But now they will convert those technical symposium concentrating on a particular topic. Then I will call them as the offline hackathons. Not only that, application-based hackathons. Why it is application-based hackathons? Nowadays, what is needed? Basically, all products should not be touched by the human. Only by touching, most of the virus is spreading, right? COVID virus is spreading. So, and also about the mask. So these two are very important now. So based on this, and also social distancing, we can think about some applications, like if any people come into near to us, 3 feet, I remember. So if we are not maintaining the social distancing, automatically the sensor will beep. What will happen? Automatically people will not come near you, right? So you can develop those kind of applications. So hackathon is normally based on some specific programming language, and also you should know for what cause I am conducting this hackathon, and also I need to have some demographic groups. Now, what about some examples of your hackathon ideas? Say, I already told, no, health tech. You can have related to health technology, you can have some hackathon. Also, data processing for hospitals. This is very, very important now. Then virtual health assistant. I think everywhere we are seeing, no, doctors have, I think some advertisement is there, like a mobile ICU. We are there in online, in the ambulance itself, we will be treating the patient. Have you remember advertisement is going on, right? That's nothing but our virtual health assistant. Then remote patient examination. Nowadays, it's very important, no? We can't touch, even the doctors feel why to touch the patient. So without touching, how they can analyze or diagnose what the cause for the particular patient. So for that, remote is needed. Then health technology in rural areas and GPS monitoring for ambulance, and also improved medical and emergency communication. These are the important or good, some suggested hackathon ideas. You can conduct the competition based on this applications. Now I have just given all the ideas, what is our hackathon is, what is our incubation center which need to be taken. Now I am going to say what our government of India has given to us, what guidelines they have given to us. It is not my words. I am just sharing the information of our MHRD's information, right? And I also given the references from where I have taken this information from the website, okay? Now, National Innovation and Startup Policy, this is for students as well as a faculty in Higher Education Institute. You can see Smart India Hackathon. That is what the first idea is. And then Institutional Innovation Council. Yes, anybody want to say anything? So Institutions Innovation Council, then Atal ranking of institutions on innovation achievements. This is actually an encouragement for each and every institute, because they have an incubation center or a hackathon. All the ideas they will be incorporating in their institute, but the recognition is given by the Atal. They will be recognizing through the NAC, they are getting the file from the institutes or universities, and then they will be ranking how far they have achieved. Based on that, they will be encouraged with the rewards and the accreditations, right? And the fourth one is our policies. And then finally, you have even an international hackathon. Now, see some of the trust areas. You can see here in A, Higher Education Institute strategies and governance for promoting innovation and entrepreneurship. What does that first point says? What is the main target the government wants to target the students, younger generation is? They are trying to make each and every individual to become an entrepreneur. For that, the platform is much important. So that is your first step. I'm trying to create an innovation pipeline. Innovation means what? Your creativity. They are trying to identify the creativity in each and every student, and then they have given an opportunity to develop those as a product. So that's the first one says. Second one, you also building your organizational capacity, human resources, and also giving an incentives, because it's important that when we do something, your encouragement through awards or rewards will always be there, right? Also, your organizational capacity will be developed a lot. You will know how the organization will be in a hierarchical manner, which thing has to be placed in the first top priority, which should be in the middle, and which should be in the end of the or a lower priority. Human resource, how much manpower is essential. So all will be developed with the help of this first thrust area. Second one is about the norms. Very important is that what norms can be there, what are the norms are available for faculty as well as for the students when they want to do up with this innovation and startups. For that, again, it should be instrumentalized with the incentives for the faculty as well as the students in the entrepreneurship. So, and I need some norms, no? Generally, just like that, I cannot start any startup. So there is a norms available for the faculty to do some startup. Yes. Ma'am, shall I continue? Ma'am, shall I continue, ma'am?
Sorry, ma'am. You please continue, ma'am.
Ma'am, is it possible to remove, ma'am?
I have removed, ma'am. Ma'am, I have removed, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Students, I can understand that you're all listening in the afternoon session, but we don't find time, no? I think everyone know what the policies are available, but still you need to know. As a student, you should know. You should need to know this. Is my screen is visible, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. See, this is all available since you're all now, if you're a final year, I think after 2 months, you have to search for the job. Right? So please listen, you can think it over and you can develop your own codings and you can develop and you can also address by the government, right? So that's a sake, I thought this topic will be useful to you. So please listen this. You can see here, the second one is like incubation and pre-incubation support. And also you have a ownership. IP is nothing but your patent and technology developed by Higher Education Institute. And then finally, you have a pedagogy and learning intervention for supporting innovations and startups. And finally, your performance impact assessment, right? So you can see here, based on all these things, these are the policies available for students as well as the faculty. 10 important points have been given in our policies. First is your strategies and governance. In a simple word, the methods and what the regulations are available with us, how to start up. That's very important. And second one, you can see the enabling institutional infrastructure. And the third one is how to nurture your innovations and startups, and as well as your product ownership. Suppose you develop a new thing, that product you can own by yourself. I think you all know about the patent filing. You can claim the rights that this is my product is. Even that you can do it after your end product reach the public and it is successful one. Then in the fifth one about the capacity, organizational capacity, also your human resources and incentives. Then if you see creating an innovation pipeline and pathways for your entrepreneurs at institutional level, and also the norms for faculty and pedagogy and learning interventions for entrepreneur development, and collaboration, co-creation, business relationship, and knowledge exchange. This is very important. See, I think you would have heard about some of the institute are saying you can learn here at the end of the semester, you can do an internship in this particular software company, or you can do in abroad. The last semester you can experience in this abroad, the institute, we have a tie-up, right? This is nothing but my knowledge exchange. And finally, entrepreneurial impact assessment. So I'll quickly go through with these steps because this is all the rules available in the website. I will also share the PPT. If you have an interest, you can see that. Okay. The main aim is what? Framework to enable the institute to actively engage students and faculties and staff, innovations and entrepreneurship. What does innovation means? Your creative ideas. It should not be a copied one. It should be a creative ideas. And one of the major dimension is what? Entrepreneurship. Always think about entrepreneur. I think if you're people very near to the Gindi, you would have noticed small scale industry in Gindi estate. You can see there that is actually an office where they are giving the loan for the particular people who have a worth of their idea, right? So that is all available. You can concentrate in that also. And the implementation of entrepreneur vision at the institute should be achieved through mission statements rather than stringed control systems. So all the concern or all the institute should concentrate on the entrepreneur in their mission statement itself. Okay. Also, not only that, your mobilization in resource plan also should be there so that students are utilized well. So there are many points are there. So regarding a startups, which is important is the goal of the effort is to should link what? Innovation to enterprises, then to financial success. My idea, new idea should be made as a company. That means a product has to be developed. With out of that product, I should reach my financial status. That means I am gaining the business, right? So important points like that I should facilitate. The institute has to facilitate for supporting this pre-incubation centers as per the guidelines given by MHRD's Innovation Center. I think it is there in your college also. And then this facility should be what? Accessible 24/7 to students, staff, and faculty, and all the departments and disciplines across your institute. Now, nurturing innovations and startup. Simply keep on saying will not help. Should give an idea how you can create your minds with the new ideas. For that, what you should do, you should have some passion in your topic. Whatever topic you are learning or a subject you are learning, should have a keen interest on that. And you should see to that how that particular idea can be materialized. For example, I am learning DBMS, Database Management System. That purely related on how to store my data, right? So storing a data, how better I can do it. If it is a larger size of database, how I can handle, how the time can be minimized. In that way, I should go ahead, right? So this is how I should nurture the innovations and startups. And about the product ownership's rights for technology development institute. So what it means that IPR cell, that is Indian Patent Recognition. It's very important. When we develop a new thing, we should see to that we are also registering as a copyright. We are the owners for that. So the faculty can guide accordingly and they can develop a new things and they can also register them. As a part of your curriculum, this IPR can be developed. That is Indian Patent Rights, right? So here what they are asking is, try to have interdisciplinary research and publications. What is it, interdisciplinary research? If you are a computer science student, you can combine with the physics student or you can combine with the chemistry graduate to develop a new thing. Now about the capacity in organizational and human resource incentives, you can see here the faculty and department should work coherence and cross-departmental linkage is very important, and you can also strengthen your institute also, right? So creating an innovation pipeline and pathways means what? Your idea should be reached such a way to be materialized. That's very, very important. Idea should not be in a paper, which should get materialized. And what are the norms are available for faculty means your faculty should have an executive or managerial position for more than 3 months. Why? They will have the administrative skill. So they can manage both the teaching as well as this people to guide the students, right? So that's very important. And also faculty must clearly separate this distinguished ongoing research at the institute. They should channelize such a way that they are working for teaching as well as for research. That is people to make up to complete their startups, right? So next is pedagogy and learning intervention for entrepreneur development. So here again, once again, pedagogy is what? Teaching aid. Before that, we used to use only board and chalk. And later on, we have used what? We have used our things like, what to say? We have used projector for learning in a better way, right? That is all the skills of teaching aid. Nowadays, smart board is available in order to improve our teaching skills. So students at curricular, co-curricular, all has to be taken and they can be made up as the idea and they can be developed in the entrepreneur, as a new entrepreneur. So pedagogical changes need to be done to ensure that maximum number of student projects and innovations are based around real life challenges. So constantly reviewed and updated. So ninth one is what you try to collaborate with the people like organizations, software people, technical people, and small companies, startups, so that we can mingle each other. Not only that, alumni people who complete the course and go, even those can mingle even after they complete their courses, right? And finally, your entrepreneur impact assessment is important. When you start, what is your output? That need to be assessed. It's very important. So it should be go hand to hand, because just like that, I start up the entrepreneur, or just like that, I started the incubation center. So I cannot say that I have been successful. I should be monitored with some assessment levels, right? So for measuring a success, I need to use what? Sustainable social, financial, and technological impact in the market. So for innovation, what I should do? Pre-commercial stage development of sustainable enterprise model is actually critical, but anyhow, you have to, for the long run, the commercial success is very important. So these are the references I have made from the website I have taken. This is all available. This is all formulated by our Government of India, mic.gov.in, and also AICTE and also you can see the startup ideas available. YouTube link is also available. You can see. Thank you, students. I believe that I have given necessary information to you. And if any hackathon come across, you please try to join and give your ideas. It will be an experience to you. If you are a final years, I again repeat, there are many concerns, and even the Government of India toy hackathon, I think before 3 months back, there was a circulation to all the institute, toy hackathon. Have you heard about this toy hackathon? So we are getting back to our old style, because in a toy, we have a different ideas are coming up with the student side, because you're all idle. So you don't know what to do with, right? Sometimes. So I think better to go ahead with those kinds of competitions. You try to participate. There are many institute and concern, even Computer Society of India is conducted, I think last week is a final review was going on with this competition, hackathon. So please try to participate. Not only computer related, even your domain specific also will be available. But see to that you're joining and equipping your knowledge, transferring your knowledge, exchanging your knowledge. And you have so many opening is there in the Government of India. We are not looking into it carefully. So please, I will also share this PPT to your coordinator ma'am, so that she will share to you, and you will also learn. Because if I keep on mentioning all the criteria, you may get bored. So that's what I just highlighted a few important points, right? I believe and hope you're all understood what I'm actually trying to say. Is there anything else from your side? Any queries?
Students, if you're having any doubts, means you can just ask ma'am now. Ma'am, thank you so much, ma'am. The session was very nice, and your presentation was wonderful. It is very, very clear. And in between, some inconvenience. Very sorry for it also.
It's okay. It's usual now. Okay, thank you, students. But I believe that please try to develop some application. You have so many hope and so many new ideas are coming in, right? Because if you're idle, your ideas are more. So see to that you are making it as a materialized one. Get the help from your faculty members. They will guide you to make it as a materialized one. You would have learned, so many news, a small bubble top. With that, they have created a new design. Toilet, I should say that lavatory style student have developed. So you please think it over. So many waste things are become as a product, a new product. Even our plastic bottles as made as a slippers. Have you noticed that? So many things are there, right? So please see to that your ideas are opened in that way. Don't always stick on to the mobile apps. You try to create your own apps and share to all the people. And I bless all the students to become as an entrepreneur and to become as an job providers, not a job seekers. All the very best students. Ma'am, shall I leave, ma'am?
Please, that is vote of thanks, ma'am.
And
Deepika,
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for your detailed explanation of the national innovation in
Deepika, please
cybersecurity.
proceed.
I think it would be. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Now I call upon Ms. Chitra to share the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon to one and all present here. Graduate is one of the greatest tribute that one can give from the society. Hereby, let me take this section platform to be thank each and everyone gathered here. My sincere thanks to our resource person, Dr. Kalaiselvi, Associate Professor in the Department of Computer Application in Vels Institute of Science, Technology and Advanced Studies for the wonderful section. We gained a lot. Thank you, ma'am. I like to express my sincere thanks to our secretary and thank you, sir. I also wish to express my graduate of our principal for her guidance and the motivation in conducting this section. Thank you, ma'am. My sincere thanks to our Vice Principal for the continuous support. We thank you, ma'am. Next, I would like to thank our energetic coordinators members for this section. Sincere effort. My special thanks to all the participants. Once again, I thank everyone for being with us. Thank you.
Ma'am.
ma'am, shall I leave, ma'am?
Alamelu feedback link.
Ma'am, once again, principal. Ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Feedback link kuduga.
Yes, ma'am. I will share it now, ma'am.
Share it in the chat box.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, shall I leave, ma'am?
Yes, Dr.
Yes,
Kalaiselvi,
please, ma'am.
I hope the photograph is taken, Alamelu. Have you taken the photograph?
Yes, ma'am. Taken, ma'am.
Yeah, okay, very good. Thank you
Yes,
so
ma'am.
much.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you all, ma'am. Thank you
Thank
all
you, Dr.
giving me an
Kalaiselvi. Thank you for
opportunity.
your presence. It was an honor having you here.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Bye.
Thank
Take
you all.
care.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.